just found out. That's what this says. I'm an honest-to-God prince.
Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. Today's deck is one that I've been wanting to brew a new version of for quite a while. This one's called Honest to God, and the idea is we're bringing back Ratadrabik, but we're using it in conjunction with a new card, Honest Rutstein, that just completely takes it over the top. And then obviously we're using Djeru and Hazoret at the top end, which is the god, and that's the namesake of the deck. So, honest to God, bear with me. Before we break down the deck, make sure you like the video if you haven't already. It's you guys that are liking the videos every single day, and I know there's some of you out there that are doing it every single time I put up a video. It's you guys that are helping this channel grow so big, so quick. So thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit it. It only takes a second. It helps me immensely. And if you're new, subscribe so you never miss an upload. Got tons of cool deck techs coming. Got tons of spoiler content on the way. It's a crazy time to be into Magic the Gathering, and we're going to be here to cover all of it. So with all that out of the way, catch me live Monday through Friday over on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/QuarantineCapricorn. Because if I'm alive and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm streaming. I'm there. I'm tired. Let's break down the deck. So the core of this deck is based on an idea dating back to when Dominaria United first came out and Ratadrabik of Urborg was a brand new card. And the idea is very simple. We're trying to make multiple copies of Ratadrabik so that we can then make multiple copies of all of our legendaries, swarm the board with insane value, and just take over the game. But now we have a new way of kind of getting there in a little bit of a different way, and it makes it really interesting. So, first of all, we have Ratadrabik, 4-drop for a 3/3 Vigilance Ward 2, gives all your zombies Vigilance. Whenever any legendary, or I should say any other legendary creature you control dies, you create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, it's a 2/2, and it's a zombie. So, we have Ratadrabik in play. If we can make a copy of Ratadrabik, that copy will be legendary. It will die to the legendary rule, and then become a non-legendary version of the card. And once we have 2 copies of Ratadrabik, now every legendary that dies is going to give us 2 copies that are non-legendary to replace it. And the way we have always taken advantage of this was with Jaxis the Troublemaker. 1 red and 3 for a 2/3 legendary human warrior. You can pay 1 red, tap him, discard a card, to create a token that's a copy of any creature you control, except it gains haste, and when this creature dies, you draw a card. So the idea is we use Jaxis, we make a copy of Ratadrabik, that copy dies to the legend rule, we get the non-legendary version, but then we also have Jaxis on the field, which is legendary as well, so if the Jaxis dies, we can get copies of the Jaxis. So the best way to usually do this is we blitz it in for 1 red and 1, which means it's going to sacrifice itself at the end of the turn anyway and draw us a card. But then we use its ability with haste now, because we blitzed it, to make a copy of Ratadrabik. So we end up with the 2 Ratadrabiks, and at the end of the turn, when Jaxis dies to his blitz ability, we end up getting 2 Jaxises to replace the 1 Jaxis, because now we have 2 Ratadrabiks in play. And that's the core of the combo, and then the next turn we can just start making exponential copies of Ratadrabik, or really any legendary creature we have, and it just gets really, really out of control really, really fast. But now we have a new card to throw into the mix that can kind of bust Ratadrabik in a different way, and that's Honest Rutstein. So, 3 mana for a 3/2 legendary human warlock in the colors of Golgari. When he enters the battlefield, you get to return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So, not only is this guy going to come down, make all of your creatures cost way less so that you can just vomit out a whole bunch of them at the same time, but when he does enter the battlefield, you're going to be able to get back whatever you need to get back. So if they already killed your Ratadrabik or whatever, you can get it back into hand, but that's not how this guy is busted. As soon as you have a second copy of Honest Rutstein, and you have Ratadrabik in play, you play the second copy, it dies to the legendary rule, but its ability still triggers and gets to bring something back from the graveyard. So it can target itself, bring itself back from the graveyard because it's dead, but then you also get a copy to replace it because of Ratadrabik. And then you can just replay Honest Rutstein and do it again. And every time you play Honest Rutstein, you get another non-legendary token copy of it, and it targets itself from the graveyard to bring itself back to your hand so that you can just keep repeating the process. So with Honest Rutstein, you don't need multiple copies of Ratadrabik. All you need is now multiple copies of Rutstein. So there's a little bit more versatility in how you can pull off the combo. We could get multiple copies of Ratadrabik and then pull off the combo with any of our legendaries, or if we just have one copy of Ratadrabik, we can get multiple copies of Honest Rutstein, and then we can combo off in a completely different way. And what makes this so effective is the fact that all of these cards by themselves work super well. Like, even if we don't have the Ratadrabik combo online, Honest Rutstein's just gonna be really good in the deck as a way to make all of our creatures cost less, get back something that our opponent killed, and then also just enable shenanigans once we do get a Ratadrabik online. So I think this combination is really, really good. Obviously, Jaxis is too good. That combo with Ratadrabik is too good to not include as well. So we are going pretty deep into color combinations here. But because it's a legendary deck, that allows for it with Plaza of Heroes and stuff like that. So at the bottom of the curve, we got 3 Skrelvs to protect the board. It's also legendary, so we can get multiple copies of these stacked up with the combo. We've got 4 copies of Thalia, and if you've never seen 6 Thalias on the board at the same time, Control just cries and concedes. We've also got 3 copies of Bartolomé, because this is a sack outlet. Not only is it a legendary creature that can work into our synergies, but it gives us a way to sacrifice anything we want whenever we want without spending any mana. So once we have multiple copies of Ratadrabik online and we just need our legendaries to die so that we can get multiple copies of those other legendaries, well, now we have a way to do that without even having to spend mana. We can just sack stuff to Bartolomé, make him big, get tons of copies of things that are dying because of Ratadrabik, and it gets really crazy. We've also got 3 copies of il-Kor, because it's another legendary that feeds into the synergies, but also whenever those tokens now enter the battlefield that Ratadrabik makes, we're going to gain life. And whenever the legendary creatures that we're sacrificing or having trade in combat or whatever the case may be die, we're going to get to deal extra damage. So once you get enough il-Kors stacked up, maybe 4 or 5 of these, it can get insane. Every time you sack a creature, your opponent's taking 6 damage or losing 6 life rather. So that can be pretty insane. We've also got 3 Katildas, because Katilda can come down early, and even though we're not exclusively playing humans in this deck, because we do have 3 Elas and 3 Bartolomé, along with the 4 Ratadrabiks, we are playing enough humans that she's still really good at ramping us into all of the cards we want a lot sooner. And she's legendary, so she's going to work with Ratadrabik. And all of these 2-drops are really good, because if our opponent uses targeted removal on the next turn to get rid of them, we just play a Rutstein and we get the thing back, and then we also have Rutstein down to make everything way cheaper. So it's kind of a win-win scenario. We don't even care anymore if they use removal to take out whatever we play on too, because that's just slowing them down from building their board presence, and we're not losing any card advantage over the long run because Rutstein is just getting it all back. And then making everything super cheap so that we can combo out that much quicker. So moving on to the 3-drop slot, we've got 1 Adeline, because we can make tokens that are really good with Bartolomé and il-Kor. And then we've got 1 Anim Pakal for the same reason, although I'd rather run 1 Anim Pakal and 1 Adeline than 2 of either one of them, because if you happen to get both of them at the same time, they can both be on the battlefield, which is nice. We've also got 1 copy of Ghired, Mirror of the Wilds, and this card is insane in this deck. If you've gone wide with legendaries, but haven't sacked them all yet to make all of your tokens with Ratadrabik, this can come down, and you can just tap all of your creatures to make copies of whatever 1 token you happen to have. So if you make 1 token copy of Ratadrabik by making a copy with Jaxis, say, and then you slam down a Ghired, it also has haste, so it can tap, make a 3rd copy of Ratadrabik to copy the token that you have of it, and then all of your creatures that are non-tokens can now tap to make copies of that same 1 token creature. And then you can just sack just 1 of your legendaries to make a bunch of copies of it, and then also tap all of your creatures that aren't tokens to make copies of that thing. So Ghired gives you another way of going super wide with a token copy of any legendary you want without actually having to sack your board to get there and trigger the Ratadrabik. You do need the first token from a Ratadrabik to end up having something to copy, but then all of your legendary creatures don't have to sack to get value. You can just tap them all to make copies of the token creature, which is really nice. We've also got Relic of Legends here, which can tap to add a mana of any color, but more importantly, it allows you to tap any untapped legendary creature to add a mana of any color, and that gets around Summoning Sickness because it's not the creature getting the ability to tap, so in a lot of ways it's better than Katilda. So we can tap any creature, which means we can play a creature and use that creature immediately to generate mana to play something else, which can just get really out of hand, so we absolutely want to run at least one of these. Additional copies get really redundant, so we don't necessarily want more than one. I think additional copies of Katilda work out a little bit better for us because of the legend rule and being able to sack the Katilda and get, tokens of it with Ratadrabik and go wide with token copies. Gives us a little bit of extra value when it comes to the Katilda itself, but with the Relic of Legends, we don't really have a way to do that, so just the one I think is right. And then at the top end, we've got 3 Djeru and Hazoret, which is kind of the namesake of the deck. That's why it's called Honest to God, Honest Rutstein, and there's a god at the top end. And this thing's a 5-drop, but if it enters the battlefield and you have 1 or less cards in your hand, it gains Vigilance and Haste, can swing in immediately, and it can just find any legendary creature in the top 6 cards of your library, and then you can play it for free later in the turn. So this is a way where if we've gone super wide and slam a Djeru and Hazoret, but maybe we don't have a piece of the combo, maybe we don't have our Ratadrabik yet, or our Jaxis, or whatever the case may be, well, now we can just dig for it, find it, and play it for free. So 3 of these at the top end is super good. Honestly, the deck is better than it's ever been with Honest Rutstein because it just gives us so much more versatility in the combos we can do and how we can get there. And having multiple ways to kind of combo off in this deck is sort of what it needed, because when you don't get Ratadrabik and Jaxis, sometimes it was feeling a little bit too slow. But now, having that versatility, having extra ways to combo off, baked into cards that are just going to be really good for what the deck's doing while it's curving out before it gets to the combo anyway, is just super, super good. The mana base is really tight. We've got 4 Plaza of Heroes because it gives us any color we want for legendaries. But outside of that, all of our cards that take colors that aren't black or white are legendary and humans. So we can run 4 Cavern of Souls to help us get the human mana. And then we're running 4 Jetmir's Garden and 4 Zayator's Proving Ground. And then because all of the cards that aren't humans are black or white, we're running all of our normal lands as black and white duels. So 4 Shattered Sanctums, 3 Caves of Koilos, and just 1 Plains in case they have land destruction and we need to fetch one. But this mana works out perfectly so that we have what we need typically when we need as we're curving out to play everything. So that's the deck. It's kind of nuts. Ratadrabik is back. Before we drag this out any longer, let's just get into the games because they're pretty nuts. Alright, we'll keep 7. We might have to choose Phyrexian. Let's see, Phyrexian Core Cleric. I guess it doesn't matter. We should probably just play Katilda. And if he kills the Katilda, we can get it back with Rutstein. No blocks. That's what I thought. I think we just name... What do we have more of? Phyrexian Cleric. I guess they're all the same. We could name Phyrexian because we can use it for Skrelv. Yeah, we'll go Phyrexian. And then we'll play our Honest Rutstein. Get back our Katilda. Pass the turn. Corpses. We'll block. And we'll just do it again. That seems fine. Just never catch up. Case of the Stashed Skeleton. And a Tiny Bones. So we'll do some Rusty here. Got a couple different options. I think Thalia is probably the best. Thalia creates some problems. Face down, huh? What could that be? Take 2. And we'll keep our cost reduction. Kinda weird. I guess we'll hold up our blocks and then we'll cycle the Proving Ground. Let's pass the turn. So the Corpse of the Lost is going to cost 4 mana now. Six-2. Kind of a bad call there, though. Doesn't matter, man. We got first strike. Alright, we'll go to 2. Means we do have to actually block it now. Djeru and Hazoret. 1 or fewer cards in hand. So I guess we kind of just gotta let things... We just gotta put things out to die, right? Swing. Ugh, didn't really hit much. That's unfortunate. But I mean, the Djeru and Hazoret's out, so there's that. And the turn. We gained some life. Jaxis is toast. But we can get it back with an Honest Rutstein. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Well, that's problematic. But he's probably going to be greedy and just use it right now. Yeah. Which means we can get back our Thalia. No blocks. We'll just gain life off of Elas. Huh. Well, we'll do some swinging. There's Ratadrabik. And he's dead. Didn't even need it. This looks good. We'll keep this. Alright, we'll start with a garden. I think we play Thalia first. We'll go human here. That'll make things pretty difficult. Took his whole turn away though. Seems pretty good to me. We're gonna go Phyrexian. And then we're gonna play Rusty. Get back Thalia. No blocks. Phyrexian Obliterator. I mean, there's a lot we can do here. We just have to figure out the right order. If we play Katilda, we could play Katilda, Ratadrabik, and Thalia. Right? Katilda. Yeah, we won't be able to play Thalia as well, will we? That's okay. We'll do it next turn. Pixel Wizzy. Good old Pixel Wizzy. 𝐻𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑟𝑟𝑎𝑏𝑎𝑐ℎ. How original. Try and conserve life a little bit here. Alright, so Elas. Rusty. Sack the Rusty. Get back the Rusty. Get another Rusty. Get back Katilda. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. We've got what? technically 4 mana left. We can kind of just keep going. Oh no, those are zombies now, right? They're not legendary. So we play you. And then do we play the Rutstein? Or do we play Katilda? I think we do it like this. And then if we wanted to, we could play the Rutstein. But we don't have anything to get back. I guess it gets itself back, right? Yeah, that seems fine. Just gets itself back. We just keep making copies of Rutstein over and over. Even the dog's excited. You're gonna end my Rutstein. That's rude. That's really rude. Take the Ghired though. Alright, unfortunately we're gonna have to jump block here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We would go to 1 life if we want to keep a Rutstein. But if we lose this one, it's gone forever. We lose that cost reduction forever. So I think I'm gonna take a chance. Alright, Ghired. If we have a way to sacrifice things. We have to have a token enter the battlefield this turn. That's the main problem in order to make a copy. So how do we do that? We would need like Thalia to die, right? Well, we're gonna swing with everything that has vigilance. End the turn. We just need something to die. 𝐻𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑑. Perfect. Good old Phyrexian Obliterator. Block here. Block here. Do you want to kill the Obliterator? I think we need to kill the Obliterator. So we're going to do this. Then we're going to make a copy that's a token of 𝐿𝑒𝑔𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒. And then we're going to make another one. And then we're going to make another one. And then we're going to make another one. then we're going to do this. Wait, cancel. We don't want to do that. And then, yeah, then we'll die. Kill that. We'll have to sacrifice 5 things to the Obliterator. But, I mean, honestly, the triggers from Elas might just kill him. Sacrifice 2 permanents. Sure. Take some more triggers. Take all of the triggers. Dude, Ghired is insane in this deck. We might need more Ghired's. Good God. Good God. Alright. We have to mulligan this. We've got no 2-drops. I guess we keep this. I don't love it. But we're definitely not going to 5. Start with a Shattered Sanctum. Alright, Thalia. Naders? What is a nader? Not yet, Striker. What is a nader? Oh, tornadoes. I guess we just whiff a Rutstein. It'll theoretically let us play a Djeru and Hazoret next turn, although I don't know if we want to. It won't get the haste. Human. I think we just play out Ratadrabik. Alright, he's got the counter spell, that's fine. Hit him for 5, end the turn. Preacher. Good old Preacher. Oh man. That's kind of perfect, right? We just get back whatever dies. Alright, we'll play the Rutstein. Get back the Djeru and Hazoret. Come on, Atlas. Show me what you got cooking. Faithful Mending? You don't got a counterspell or a piece of removal? You've got a Faithful Mending? Brutal. In order to not fall behind. That's been something I've been really bad at lately. We have no 2-drop. We'll mulligan. This is better at least. We'll put back the Djeru and Hazoret. Start with the Sanctum. I guess we go Katilda on 2. Well, I mean, it depends. Alright, I don't think there's a ton of removal coming. But also, let's just cut it off at the source right now. Hello. Frankfurt. Frank Turd. 𝐵𝒂𝒕𝒂𝒅𝒂𝒃 is pretty toxic, not gonna lie. We'll throw away our Thalia, but it'll get rid of the Jawbone Duelist. Oh, he's not going to block it. Okay. Now we're just going to have chump blockers for days. That'll eventually ping them to death because of Elas. I guess you could spend your whole turn doing a Fading Hope. That is a thing you can do. You are not wrong. Well, we'll just do that. And we're back. We've got blockers. 𝐵𝒂𝒕𝒂𝒅𝒂𝒃. It's so toxic. Why am I annoyed with every deck I come up against? Maybe it's because this damn 3-year standard has dragged on for too long. That's probably why. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Death Touch seems good. But is it good enough? What are you doing? Mr. Fiddles. Mr. Fiddles. Well, can't do anything there. We'll just have to go. No, I don't like that either. We'll just do that. That seems fine. And I'm really good at making paper planes. Yeah, I guess I'll just do this. Do what you gotta do, my friend. Says good game. Skrelv. Crawling chorus. A chorus of crawling. And a rot priest. Welcome to Earth. The only reason I'm doing it this way is because of Rutstein. If we can draw some cards, kill some stuff, even if we lose one of our guys, I ain't so sad about it. Draw a card. 4. Draw a couple more cards. Well, nothing's dead. Nothing is dead. There's a couple different options we have here. Let's play you. Keep this one. I guess just play the Rutstein. And we've got blockers. We might be okay. You gotta remember too, our tokens have death touch. Hello. Your game is boring me. Boring my viewers. Could you just finish? Thank you. Man, I can't wait to get out of Plat. This is a very weird hand. We're gonna try and keep it, but it is bizarre. We'll lead with Skrelv. Seems like every hand we've been getting has just been weird. Shuffler just doesn't want us to have a normal game. Thalia? Do you have another cut down? No, you don't. He's gonna have to sack his harvester, right? No, he's gonna do that. Okay, that's fine. By fine, I mean it's weird. But we'll take it. Very close to a Djeru and Hazoret. Go ahead and hit for 4. You do what you gotta do, my friend. No attacks. Got to go for the throat. Hits for another 4, no blocks. Rusty. Djeru. Guess we'll just hold this up as a blocker. Pass the turn. I think we block with Katilda here. Another bitter reunion, sure. It's already got a Vaultborn Tyrant in there. So we chump with Katilda. We cycle 𝐻𝑒𝑚𝑒's Proving Ground. Do all sorts of shenanigans. Another Honest Rutstein. I mean, we're definitely going to play it. We'll get a ETB and Death Trigger off Elas, and we'll get back our Djeru and Hazoret. Could just link Honest Rutsteins forever with Elas if we wanted to. Bitter reunion. How bitter is the reunion? Oh shit, I needed to play another thing to swing with Djeru. I'm a dummy. I am a dummy. End the turn. Treasure token. Sure. I think he's gonna kill me next turn. Alright. So we're doing this. The counter on everything. And it should still be lethal. Yeah, we got him. Alright, we'll keep this. We'll start with a garden. Probably want to Thalia. If he kills the Thalia, we can Rutstein it back. It would take his whole turn. Oh, he's just gonna scoop. Alright. Alright, we'll keep this. Do we Skrelv on 1? I think we do. We got an Elas. Oh, well, Thalia. That can block the Elas pretty well, and the Skrelv can protect the Thalia. Case of the Uneaten Feast. Well. We'll play you. We'll play you. And we'll pass the turn. Panicked bystander. How panicked is the bystander? Man, what is going on here? I think we just need to draw cards. Hit for 2. Sack Jaxis to Bartolomé. Draw a card. Play a Katilda. End the turn. So we can actually use Thalia to make white mana to activate Skrelv's ability if we need to. Yeah, I have nothing. I have all lands. It's just land after land after land. There's nothing I can do. I already cycled 2 of them. And the card we already have. And another land. And a card we already have. Dude, what is going on? This has got to be a record. Okay. Good game. So much fun. We'll keep 7. This time, watch, we won't get any lands. Thalia. Okay, gonna play with fire me. Makes sense. Let's hit for 2 and draw a card. We need to dig ourselves out of this rut. Another Jaxis. Swift Spear. Adversary. Alright, we'll get a Thalia down. It's gonna make things at least tricky for him. Mechanized Warfare. We'll take the 3. Alright. Drabik's in play. Can we pull it off? Come on, Phoenix chick. Swings for just 1. Anim, Pakal. Discard Jaxis. And we've got a Rutstein. Oh boy. No tax. End the turn. Tempting. Alright, get some triggers off the Drabiks, get 2 more Jaxises in play. And then we should be good to go. Alright, we hit for a whopping 2. Human. So we could do Rutstein, Anim, Pakal. Let's make things really difficult on our opponent. I mean, I guess we probably should have used Jaxis first, right? We don't even need the Anim Pakal anymore. Just get even more Thalias. Now all of his non-creature spells cost an extra 5 mana. Seems pretty good to me. Next turn with Elas, we should be able to just win, I think. One, two, 3, 4. Alright, come on, Phoenix Chick. Win this war for him. 𝐻𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒃. Human. Let me think. 4 and 1 and 1. I can't make red? Oh, I used both my red sources on Elas? Ouch. Alright, I guess we'll do this. Dog's excited. Swing with you, we'll swing with you, we'll swing with you. 'Cause why not? 'Cause why not? Dog is grumpy. Another Djeru and Hazoret? Sure. Just gonna take it all, I guess. We'll play it. Why not? Get some triggers. End the turn. Look at all that gloriousness. Man, that dog outside needs to shut up. Bandit's gonna go rip him apart if he doesn't quiet down. He's getting cranky. Bandy boy, come lay down. Don't let that loudmouth get to you. Come lay down. Just Feldon. He wants cards so bad. I say no. You can't have cards. Alright. We're going to try and keep this. Alright, we'll start with the Proving Ground. Probably do Elas on 2. We can get a little incidental life gain. Jesse Essay. Jesse Essay? Jesse Essie? Spelunking. I like to spelunk. Human. guess we probably just want Bartolomé out. It's possible we should have just played the Rutstein. Just feels a little wasteful. Spelunking. Again. I did not, Finn. I assume it uses the new Hydra that makes treasures. I guess we just... Drabik? 2, 3... Well, we could Relic of Legends... Drabik. Right? Let's do that. Man, that dog just... That sounds pretty fun. Alright, so we've got our Ratadrabik in play. I could have sacked Elas to Bartolomé to get a copy, which could block the Stomper with Death Touch. I don't think it's worth it though. Sunfall. Let's get these guys in the graveyard. So, Honest Rutstein, and then we have 3 mana for a 4-drop. So, Rusty. Get back Drabik. Play Drabik. Play Thalia. That seems fine. Vaultborn Tyrant is so good. Can't believe how underrated that card was before the set released. Hi there. Anim Pakal. Ley line binding. You do what you gotta do, buddy. Coming in. Coming in for 5. Does he have another sweeper? We shall see. The master of top decking. Nope, just a herd migration. Just a herd migration. Do it like this. Go ahead, block the Thalia. Ooh, that's probably a mistake. Okay. We just get new copies. Okay, okay. Take out the Thalia because you don't lose a creature. Take out the Anim Pakal because it resets the counters. Take the rest of the damage so that you don't give me copies. That makes sense. Worth noting, we can use the Plaza of Heroes to protect something if we need to. As far as headquarters, he's searching for a sweeper. Desperately searching for a sweeper. Okay, we got him. You want to marry Ratadrabik? I don't blame you, honestly. Start with the Plaza and a Skrelv. Another ginger root. Well, we'll make life difficult at least. Thalia. Pass the turn. Island. Spyglass Siren. Are you playing cookies? Pretty sure you are. Caves of the 𝐻𝕆ℕ𝔼𝕋, sure. We go to 15. Katilda or Elas? I think Katilda ends up letting us do some pretty crazy things next turn. Now, if he wants to play the case, he can't give his guys unblockable. It slows him down. 𝐻𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑛𝑐𝑒 Retrofitter. No blocks. We shall take it, my friend. So, we've got potentially 5 mana here. If we play Honest Rutstein, we could play another 3-drop, but that is not enough. Dashed is not enough. We could Elas and Honest Rutstein to set up for next turn. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that would work. If he doesn't just kill us. Pass the turn. He might just kill us. If he can buff up his Ginger Boots with just 1 mana. I don't think he can do that, but it's possible. Oh, he can tap down a blocker. That's helpful. Doesn't want to attack with the Retrofitter. If we keep the cost reduction of Rutstein, though, we can actually play both Ratadrabik and Djeru. Otherwise, we can't. Let's just take it. I mean, we're probably dead anyway, right? Another Djeru and Hazoret. Yes, that's actually really good for us. Because the haste boys can block the haste boys. We'll get some life, get some death triggers, and the turn. Now we have 2 hasty guys. And he doesn't realize it. It's not unblockable, bro. I got haste, bro. That's it, buddy. You donezo. You are donezo. God. Yeah, we'll take you. I don't think he survives this anyway. Why didn't he block with the Ginger Brute? I'm so confused, but we got you. Rutstein was gonna bring back whatever we needed. We'll try to keep this. Start with a Skrelv. That Katilda actually might help us get to Djeru and Hazoret real quick. We'll find out. Pass turn. Protect the Katilda. Make sure that we can keep our ramp going. No blocks. Do whatever it is you're gonna do. Play with fire? Sure. Human. We got 4 mana. Four. We're doing this. We're doing this. We're swinging. And then we're sacking the Jaxis to Bartolomé. Drawing a card. We're ending the turn. With a little bit of luck, we should be able to get Djeru and Hazoret to swing and activate next turn. One off from being able to save it. That's okay. We force him to use up his lightning bolt. Lightning strike. One, two. I guess we'll just do the same thing. For 2. Sack it to Bartolomé. Draw a card. Alright. Now next turn we should have a Djeru and Hazoret that can not only swing in and activate, but also be a big blocker. Again? Okay. I mean, we're getting rid of all of his lightning strikes, so I'm not really gonna complain. Go to 13. Human. Djeru and Hazoret. Swing for 5. There's Ratadrabik. We'll play Ratadrabik. And I mean, now we're pretty good. Unless he gets his flyer. That's fine. We take a whopping 1. You lose your creature. We get a copy to replace it. Seems good to me. Honest Rutstein. I will take it. We'll play it. We'll get back Jaxis. Blitz in Jaxis. Use the ability. Make a copy of Ratadrabik. Discard Zayator's Proving Ground. And he scoops. We didn't even get to do all the fun stuff. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.